And Sarah Zalecki.
Hello.
Calling in from Minneapolis, rainy, stormy Minneapolis, Minnesota. And we want to jump on here tonight. We've got a cool topic that we wanted to cover with you guys and share. So as you guys are jumping on, you know what? It's so cool because we've had a lot of people that have been responding to these videos that have literally been like all over the world. So it's really cool. And so if you're just jumping on, like, feel free to like let us know like where you're calling in from, right? Kind of like, hey, you know, give a little shout out to your province. I see some Canadians jumping on, and you know, where you are in the US. We're just super excited to kind of share with you guys. So hey Dana, we got some Alaska stuff. I know we have some California people on, some Canadians. So
it's awesome.
Yeah, so it's awesome. So let's go ahead, guys. We're going to get started. I want to encourage you to, you're definitely going to want to share this live. We feel this is some really good content that can help you just really kind of just grow as a person and really start developing a successful team. We know a lot of people on that are watching videos are brand new. You're just getting started.
Yeah.
You've never ever been involved in the profession. And so we like to create these videos for you, right? We want to create these for the brand new people that are kind of just getting started. So let's go. You want to go ahead and do it?
Well, I think some of the most important work we do in our business, and we do this every single day, is that we develop and create belief in our people.
Right.
We develop and create belief in our people, and that's some of the most important work we do on a daily basis. And how do you do that? Well, you've got to tell them. I know so many of us, it was for us for a long time where we would just forget to tell people every single day. Mm-hmm. But you've got to tell people every day that they have greatness inside of them, that they're amazing, that they were meant to do this business, that they were meant to be spectacular, that they were meant for big, incredible things in their life. Mm-hmm. Because if you're not telling them, who's telling them? Their friends probably aren't. Their family's not. Their job isn't. Their coworkers aren't. So you've got to make sure to tell them. And don't forget to tell them, because that little conversation through a text, through a phone call, through a private message, however you want to do it, sometimes that's all someone's looking for every single day, right, babe?
Right, exactly. And they just don't know, right? You can assume that they know, but for so many people, it's like they just need that little pick me up, that person that whispers in their ear that says, "Hey, you got this, you can do this." It makes a huge difference, and that's really our job as a sponsor and as a mentor and as an upline, to breathe life consistently and constantly into your team. You know, every day, all day long, that's what we do, is we breathe life into people.
Second thing would be remind them. You have to remind them all the time, constantly remind them. It's like you, babe, like,
what?
I have to tell you we love each other like every minute, every moment, as much as possible, not like once a week, right?
Right. Yeah. You're good at that now.
I'm good at that now. But you need to remind them constantly, and you need to, you know, shoot them a message, have a conversation, but remind them that this is why they're doing this, that they're meant to do this business. They were born for this business, and you have to keep putting that into their heart, into their soul, so that gets them to a level they need to be at all the time.
Right. And people sometimes say, well, how long do I need to remind people? You need to remind them forever. I mean, forever. And I can't tell you how many times I've reached out to someone and just thank them for their commitment. Thank them for being here. Thank them for having a big vision. Thank them for thinking out of the box. Thank them for having a dream, right? I mean, and I can't tell you how many times I've done that, and people immediately will send me a message back, and they're like, you don't understand, like, I needed that exactly right at this very second. And I don't necessarily, I don't know that, like, I'm not a magician, like, but I just felt like, hey, I need to do that. And I'll tell you, like, we consistently try to do that with at least 5 to 10 people inside of our business every day. Every day. We're like, okay, let's just love on at least 10 people deliberately. Call them, text them, send them a message, send them a voice memo, just something to remind them that they are great, right? I mean, it's super important as you're building a group.
Yes, and then the third thing would be challenge them. And when we say challenge them, that's the hard love in our business, right? But you need to do that in a warm, kind, loving, transparent, authentic way, okay? No screaming at them, no
Right.
degrading them. That's not what I mean by challenge them. I mean challenge them in a fun, incredible, uplifting way, because a lot of times, you know, you can challenge people and you don't need to buy their stuff, but you can do it in a kind, loving way. And you need to tell them, hey, you can be greater than what you are right now. Like, you can go to a whole nother level in business and life and everything that you're doing if you do these certain things consistently and you work on these certain things consistently, and challenge them. And don't be afraid to challenge them, because your job, you know, if as a sponsor, is to make sure that they're the greatest person they can be. Or your job as a mentor is to make sure that they use everything inside themselves so they can keep doing, you know, what they're supposed to be doing. And I just know that when people sometimes give you a line, or you don't challenge them, or you buy their stuff, then they're not growing, or they're not getting where they need to go. Right, babe?
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's a fine line too, right? Because I always remind people, like, this is a volunteer army, right? We are a volunteer army.
Yep.
So it's like we have to be super, super sensitive to that. But also too, you know, I really like to make sure that, like, I want to know why people are doing the business, right? So really sitting down with them and finding out, like, what moves them, what motivates them, what's their driving forces in the business. But also it's great for me to have that, because I can go back to them when they're having a bad day, when they want to throw the towel in, when they're not really doing the work and they say that they are. I can go back and I can remind them and say, hey, remember how you told me this? Well, it's like, well, you're not doing what you need to do to get there. You know what I mean? And you know, and I think too, for a lot of people are just used to playing so small, right? And so I can help them, just breathing life into them, and sometimes saying, hey, like, you know, do you know that you're playing small right now? Like, you need to be playing big. And a lot of people that have kids, like,
Yeah.
for me, like, that's our driving force. And I'm like, I can't play small because my kids are watching me. Like, I have to play big. My kids have to see me, like, chase after my dream. They have to see me work hard. They have to see me, you know, have discipline. They have to see me do all those things, right? And so, you know, if you have kids especially, like, you can't play small in the business, right? And so being willing to kind of challenge those people to say, listen, you have great potential, but right now you're just not living up to it. And, like, let's go. Like, let's really do this thing. So, you know, the tough love thing is good. I mean, I think about the situations that I've had over the years with tough love, and it's 100% like why I'm who I am today.
Yep.
Is that tough love, right? It was that. And two, you know, I don't think tough love is a bad thing. I think that if you don't do tough love sometimes, you know, I tell people, like, if I really didn't care, if I didn't give a rip, if I just wanted you to fail miserably, if I didn't want you to have success, I wouldn't say anything. But I care enough to say, wow, like, you're not living up to who you're supposed to be. You know what I mean? You're way greater than that. And so I just think it's important to be able to breathe life into people, but challenge them at the same time to help them really kind of walk and just guide them into stepping into their greatness.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
So, thanks, guys. We love you. Thanks for hanging out with us late on, what night is it? Wednesday night.
Yeah, exactly.
Have an awesome rest of the evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone.
Talk to you soon, guys. Bye.